Hi everyone, my name is Ashlyn Herring and I'm going to walk you through how to make these super cute profile silhouette images using nothing but Canva. So I work in social media and advertising and I use Canva regularly in my professional life and I love Canva. I've been with it for years, working with it as one of the main programs that I use regularly and daily. So I am always looking for cool hacks and cool gifts that I can give and creative things that can be done exclusively in Canva. I've made these profile silhouette images before using Illustrator and Photoshop and some more professional software. But I wanted to share with you guys a really simple, beginner-friendly way that you can make them using Canva. Now I am using Canva, the Pro version of Canva, so that's something to keep in mind. You will not be able to do this if you have the free version of Canva. So we are going to get started. I'm going to exit out of this and head over to my Canva dashboard. So like I said, I am using the Pro version of Canva, which you can see here. I have lots of projects that I'm working on all the time. And starting out, I want to be working in just a standard sheet of paper, which in America is going to be an 8.5 by 11. So in Canva, that can be called a flyer. It doesn't really matter, however, whatever size you would like to work in, but I like to hang out in this flyer. So I'm just going to go ahead and click to make a flyer and you'll see it's going to pop up with all of these designs. I'm not going to click on any of those. I'm going to keep my sheet of paper blank. So I've already uploaded some of the photos that I am going to use for this project, but I wanted to point out that I am starting, this is good for pets or children. So starting out, this is a photo of my cat. And then I'll also show you a picture of my daughter and then a picture of my dog. So as you can see, each of these, they are looking to the side. And a little tip here is that you want to keep your lens pretty much even with their eyes. That's a really great way to ensure that you are getting a good profile image for them. So you can see that here, and I am not doing a good example in any of my photos, but it does help if you have them up against a solid background. That the next step that we're going to do, you'll see why that solid background is very helpful. But if you can get an image of your pet or your child up against any color solid background with nothing happening behind them, that's really going to help you in this process and ensure that you get a sharp photo. But as you can see, none of mine have that, so it is completely doable without that. So starting out, we're going to do the cat. So I have the image uploaded here. I'm going to go ahead and make it as big as I can, taking up the entire document. So I'm just grabbing that corner and pulling it down, getting it where I want it to be. So this is my cat princess. Now the first thing that we're going to do with this image, I'm going to move, one of my toolbars is in the way. But the first thing that we're going to do with this image is we're actually going to move to the background remover. So I'm going to clear everything else out so you can see what I'm doing. Clicking on that image and making sure it's selected with the purple box around it. I'm going to come up here to where it says BG Remover. That stands for Background Remover, and you'll see it has the little crown on it, which means that it is a pro feature. So we're going to click Background Remover and it's automatically going to remove our background for us. It's super fast and really convenient. Now, if it missed part of it or it took away too much, you can always come over here and use the Restore feature. And if you scribble like this, you're going to start to see some of that photo peek back through. And you can do it the other way and do the Erase. And we are going to come back to this in a little while, but first let's go ahead and set this up. So I've got Princess now, just her outline. Now with that image still selected, we're going to click the box next to Background Remover, which says Edit. And at the very top, we have a section that says Adjust. So we're just ignoring all of this down here and going straight to Adjust. Sliding down, we've got our temperature and our tint. We do want to make sure that we have whole image selected. We're going to skip over temperature and tint and come to the area where it says light. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our little scroll bar and we are gonna slide that all the way down, as dark as it can go. So brightness, we're gonna turn it all the way down, -100. Then for the contrast, we are gonna slide it all the way up. And as you can see, our image is already starting to get a nice silhouette there. Then under highlights, we're gonna go all the way down. Same thing with shadows. We're gonna go all the way down and make those as dark as we can. And at this point, your photo should be looking about how you want it to, but just in case, and just to go ahead and do this, we're gonna turn our white all the way down and the blacks all the way down. So you should end up with an image that looks sort of like this. Now you may notice, if this is a pet or a photo of a child, that their hair can look a little fuzzy. Now part of this is what adds character to our photos and makes it super cute, and adds some of the dimension of your pet, because your pet without hair is probably a lot skinnier. But if we want to clean that up some, I can tell that this area right here on my photo is a little bit blurry, so we can go back into the background remover and we have it selected to erase, and we can adjust that brush size. I like to keep mine a little bit bigger and just use the edge of the brush, but you can, make it as small or as big as you're comfortable with. I'm just gonna clean this up. I don't want to completely erase her whiskers, but I don't want it to be quite so fuzzy. And I'm not erasing too much because I want to keep some of that cute fur. That is what makes Princess, is all of her fur. And you can just go around your entire image cleaning up like that. You're just erasing any of the fuzzy spots, any of the spots that you don't completely want to see. If you're using a child and they have messy hair, you may want to erase some of the hair or something that doesn't really represent them. That's, a good way to do this pretty quickly. And you don't want to get too defined because it can be a little bit too harsh and too sharp. So I'm just gonna exit out of that background remover and zoom back out, and as you can see, we have Princess, a nice silhouette of my kitten Princess. So from here, there are a couple of things we can do. We can just download this picture and print it out however we want it. We could cut her out of the sheet of paper that we downloaded. Or if we want to continue working in Canva, say we wanted to add her name or something like that, we could hit share, download. And I'm going to keep her as a PNG. I'm going to turn the size up as much as I can, and I only want to download that first page. I'm just going to select page 1, and I am going to download my picture of Princess. This is also a great time to name your document if you haven't. So pet, I'm going to name it Pet Silhouettes. I'm probably spelling that wrong. I'm not a great speller. So my picture downloaded, it told me. My dog is beside me thinking that I'm playing with him. So I'm going to go over to Upload Files, and I will see the things that I have recently been working on, which are a lot, but this is that image of Princess that we made. And so now what I have in this document is Princess who can be moved around, but I'm gonna make a new page and look at the picture that I just uploaded. So this is a whole image with a white background now. So I can do some pretty cool things from here, but I am going to put her, let's look for a frame. You can see I already have some frames here, but I want to find one of Canva's frames that I can insert her into. So this is kind of fun to look through, but what I'm looking for is an oval frame. So I'm just going to type that in the search bar, oval frame, and here we go. So there are a couple of different versions. I'm actually going to delete this picture of Princess, and I'm going to look at some of the oval frames. So we have this one where we can change the background of it. Same with this one, a little bit skinnier. I actually really like that one, but I wanted to show you that there are some differences here. So this one's sort of ornate. So when you upload that picture of her, you'll have like some decorative edging. Really so many options here, but I want to stick with the one that has the little line around it. I think that's pretty. And I'm gonna change it to black. I might play around with that some more in a minute. So I've got this frame, it's empty, and the way that we get that image that we just uploaded again into there is we're gonna select it. If you select it, it puts it right over the top of the frame, but I'm actually gonna drag it, and you see if I drag it, it lets me put it into the frame. And from this point, I can move her around, upload her, center her the way I want her to be. And it looks something sort of like this, which I think is super cute. And now let's say I wanted to put her name on there. I'm gonna grab some font. This, and her name is Princess. My dog is playing with a toy beside me. Please go away. And I'm gonna go to the effects, and I wanna give it a nice curve. So I'm gonna curve it the opposite way. And I'm gonna turn it a little bit because I want to bring it down here to go on the edge of that oval. And for colors, I think we'll give it like a nice brown color. That's one of the brand colors. Something like that I think is cute. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but we could keep playing around with that and say we wanted to make it like a nice cursive font. Could look something like this. Or we could pick something a little bit different and play around with the placement of that. And then this image itself could be printed, and this could be what you put into a frame or hang on your wall or, you know, whatever. So again, I think these are super cute gifts. This is something that you could give your partner or a friend of their own pet. Maybe your pet's sitting and you get a cute picture of their profile. This would be a cute like Christmas gift for them that's super simple and free. And quickly I can go through it with a child because it does turn out a little bit different with a kid. So again, I've got my image of my daughter. This would be so much better if it had a white background or, you know, a solid colored background. So I just hit that background remover, and then I'm going to go over to the edit panel. Going right to the top, we're clicking adjust. Scrolling all the way down to the light section, we are turning our brightness all the way down. Contrast is going to go all the way up. Highlights all the way down. Shadows all the way down. Whites all the way down. And blacks all the way down. And then I see here that I have some fuzzy areas that I would like to clean up. This is where the kid's hair can get a little bit more untamed. So all we have to do is go back to the background remover. We are on the erase brush, and we're just going to clean that up a little bit. Again, some silly misplaced hair I think is what makes these kids' images that much cuter. But some of this comes from just not having a clear background. It's picking up some fuzziness from the background and not sure how to decide what is what. This is my daughter's hair bow, which I think is cute. She always has a hair bow, but I could technically erase that at this point if I wanted to. Just cleaning up that section. I don't want to go too far in because I still want her to have her hair. And there we go. I've made it for my daughter now. I think it's super, super cute. And I could just print this out and frame it, or I could give it a background color. You know, say we wanted to do that same brown color, or we wanted to make it red, you know, whatever color we wanted it to do. I'm actually planning to do these for my in-laws of both of their grandkids, and also for my own parents of their grandkids, because I just think they're sweet and a nice timeless gift that is very trendy right now, but is also like a vintage style, so I think it will age well for them. And yeah, that pretty much sums up how to make your profile silhouette images using Canva in 2024. So please like, subscribe, leave any comments, and yeah, let me know how you like this video. I'd love to start doing more content like this. So if this was helpful or informative in any way, please let me know.